Well, howdy do, y'all. A slightly different video or greeting for this video than I typically do. It is Beer Whisperer or Tom, as other folks know me as. So it is 9/11 of 2016 as I do this video. Um, it's been 15 years since 9/11, and I think anybody old enough remembers exactly what they were doing that day. Wow. You know, for a very short time after 9/11, we did come together as a nation. We did, but unfortunately, it was for a very short time. And I think that's the sad part is now, even 15 years later, we still just want to assign blame. Our country is more greatly divided now than we were then, and we were divided then, but it's even more so now. Of course, the right wants to blame the left, and the left wants to blame the right. And the truth is, we are all responsible, every single one of us. And if you're not willing to admit that, if you're not willing to take personal responsibility, guess what? You are part of the problem. And that is the problem: is everybody wants we're social media is such now that we are just bombarded with political posts, and most aren't even true. To be honest with you, you have a lot of uh, cute little stuff here and there, and somebody puts a lie out on the internet, all of a sudden it's believed as a truth when it isn't the truth. You take a pause for the cause and take a drink. I am having some Jim Beam. This is my first alcoholic beverage of the day, believe it or not. And it's 3:30 as I am doing this video. So I have waited a while, but I decided I wanted to have some Jim Beam double oak, twice barreled whiskey. It is 86 proof, I believe. I'm going to take a drink and then I'll go back on what I was talking about, all right? Problem is, the problem is people don't want to learn. Everybody wants their own personal opinions reinforced. So if you're on the far right or the far left, you watch news that tells you exactly what to hear. You go to websites that will reinforce whatever you believe rather than trying to learn the truth. And that's the problem. That's the problem. That is what we have become. We've become a nation of folks that do not want to learn. All we want is our beliefs reinforced. That it doesn't do any good to blame this religion, this side of this political party or that political party. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And right now, I believe every single American is part of the problem. Nobody wants to learn anything. Everybody just wants their political opinions reinforced, and everybody wants to blame everybody else, and no one will take personal responsibility. We all need to stand up, take personal responsibility, and say, yes, I am at fault. I have done my part to create this divide, and now I'm going to do better. And we will only get better as a nation. We will only heal as a nation if we are able to do that. Quite frankly, I don't think we can, but I sincerely hope we can. I'm willing to do my part, but again, you have so many people that refuse to take personal responsibility, and that's a problem. So, anyways, in conclusion, I don't know. I think there is, I think there is some discussion or debate, or I don't know what the right word is, of even what we should do today as Americans. Should it be a solemn day? Should it be a day of prayer? What should it be? Should we just go on as business as usual? I think there's an argument for that. Go on about your day. If you're going to barbecue, do whatever you would normally do. Because if we don't, then we do let terrorists win. If we let them change our behaviors, but I think that's the problem: is the terrorists have changed our behaviors. So in a way, we have let them win. By becoming narrow-minded, we've let them win. By blaming one particular religion, we've let them win. By blaming a political party, we've let them win. So if you want to defeat terrorism, Do the right thing. Don't blame one political party. Don't blame one particular religion. Take personal responsibility for yourself and say you're going to do better. You're going to do your best as a human being and as an American, not to blame people for your problems. To go out, if you have a perceived problem, go out and fix it, and don't blame somebody else for it. Treat everybody with respect, no matter where they came from, no matter what their religion is. Because, quite frankly, sometimes us Christians, and I am a Christian, like to claim moral high ground, and we don't have any, folks. If we're honest, we want to blame other religions. Our religion has certainly done enough harm or, since the beginning of time. So, Christians living in glass houses should not throw stones. Um, we need to step up. We need to do better. We need to do the right thing. I am Tom the Peer Whisperer, and I approve this message. See, I think there's a reason why I don't have money, other than I'm not frugal enough. Because I would be impossible. If I had the money, I would take what I just said and do it on a grand scale. Uh, you know, I think that's the issue: is people that you have people that have the ability to do great things with their money, but they refuse to. And instead, what they do is tell you to blame people poorer than you for their problems. So you blame the poor people rather than people hoarding the hoarding the money at the top of the food chain. Step up and take personal responsibility, folks. Until every American is willing to do that, things aren't going to get better here, and we will continue to circle the drain, y'all. As I enjoy my whiskey here. This whiskey was only 22 a bottle. I think it is a decent whiskey for $22. I've certainly had more nuanced whiskeys for more money, but for a $22 price point, I think it's balanced pretty well. Again, there are smoother whiskeys out there. There are bolder whiskeys. I think this has a nice combination of both for the price point. To be honest with you, as far as a bourbon is considered, anyway, I'm going to speak. Using my Jim Beam black glass here. I don't have a Jim Beam uh, double oak glass. I guess I almost said double barrel, but they call it double oak. But for a $22 price point bourbon, it stacks up with any of them. In fact, I prefer it to some that I've paid 30 plus for. To be honest, it does have some nice notes. Uh, it's a little bit of oak on the nose, some vanilla, honey. Mm. Again, flavors of vanilla and honey as well. Certainly, I'm certainly getting some caramel and toffee like notes. And there's a little bit of spice from the oak. I'm getting kind of a slight cinnamon spice. So there you go. So I said my piece over the course of one cocktail. That was about a shot and a half, to be honest with you. Some Jim Beam Double Oak Twice Barrel is a fine whiskey. Jim Beam Double Oak is whiskey to rival any other. It is first aged in American white oak barrels. Then we pour it into another freshly charred barrel to mature the second time. The added interaction with the oak would result in a liquid intense. I'm sorry, results in a liquid intense in flavor, smooth in taste. So there you go. Yeah, I think they did a fine job with this whiskey. There, it is aged for 4 years. They don't tell you how long it is aged the second time. Uh, but they're going for a specific flavor. I wish they would give me a specific age, but they do not because I like to know things. So there you go. Hey, I am Tony Beer Whisperer. I have approved everything I said, whether it be politics, 9/11, or Jim Beam Double Look. Of course, I approve this message. I don't need a super PAC to get my opinion out, by golly. Oh, mercy. You know, it is. I wish folks would just quit hating on each other, man. It is does frustrate me. Everybody instead of saying, "Hey, I'm responsible for this problem," they want to say, "Hey, I'm blame you for this," instead of looking at the problems that they've caused for themselves. Let's quit blaming people. Quit blaming the right. Quit blaming the left. Quit blaming this religion. Quit blaming that religion, and take stock of your own, whatever that is. There's enough problems in everybody's religion. We don't need to be throwing stones because we all live in a glass house, y'all. Oh, to wash down my whiskey, I am having a Firestone Walker Oktoberfest. It is meant to be a traditional Marzen, and in my opinion, it hits the spot. It is a perfect Marzen, in my opinion. It is a perfect American craft version. It comes very close to traditional. The color is beautiful, kind of a light copper, I suppose, amber, whatever you would call that. I don't have the best grasp on colors, so you decide what color it is. It always looks different to me in the glass than it does when I'm looking at it on the screen. It is perfectly malty. Um, it is not sweet. You do get some great toasted malt. It's just hoppy enough to clean it all up at the end. Um, it's just put together very well, in my opinion, using a Belican glass. Oh, nah, I can't find Belican beer, man. I need to find somebody from Belize that will ship me a bottle. I need to get a bottle. I haven't been able to put the right beer in this glass, but I do like the shape of this glass. So there you go. Hey, I'm Todd a Beer Whisperer. I've talked a lot longer than I intended to because sometimes I do that. So far, we're still a free country and we can do what we want. But I think there are those out there that would like to end that. Let's again. Let me reiterate for the last time. How about we all just start doing the right thing? How about we all quit blaming people? How about we all start being nice and treating people with respect? I'm not talking about political correctness. I'm just talking about doing the right thing. We don't need to call people names. If you see somebody that needs help, help them. I mean, it really is a simple philosophy. We would be a much better country if we quit being greedy and selfish and just went about doing the right thing. Once again, I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, and I approve this message.